Magic.
Now we got food because we fat.
Hope you guys enjoyed Nick's segment of what grinds Nick's gears, or the.
We haven't really given it an official name. I just sit down and
bitch at things.
I bitch at things, basically. Well, but manly bitching. It's a difference.
I mean, it was Star Wars. I mean, you didn't really bitch that much.
I really can't unless you're talking about the prequels.
There's really nothing wrong with the prequels.
There's nothing.
Jar Jar Binks.
No,
dude, you know the direction that they were going with that was that Jar Jar Binks was supposed to be the actual Sith Lord.
Yeah, that was a theory. That's never been confirmed.
That's not even the thing.
No, dude, George Lucas confirmed this shit.
Dude, when?
It's just it wasn't sitting right with fans, and everybody was getting so mad about the concept of it that he just threw it out the window.
But it's still, there's really nothing wrong with the prequels. It tells you how Darth Vader became Darth Vader.
Exactly.
If it wasn't for that,
Darth Vader. I mean, you had a bitchy life.
That's like if they never showed it, you would never know how Darth Vader actually became who he was.
I didn't care back then, man.
But everybody's gonna also be like, oh, we need a Darth Vader standalone movie. They're doing Han Solo.
Well, I mean,
but the whole thing is, there was three. There was three whole movies explaining Darth Vader.
Yeah. The only movie standalones that I need to see is a Han Solo, and definitely a Yoda. I need to see fucking 900 years in one movie.
Wolverine style, where he's like fighting through all the
because he's apparently one of a handful of his last race. So I want to see. Well, he's like Chewbacca.
Originally, it was just him and then one female from his race, but she died. I can't remember her name for the life of me.
Dead Yoda, bitch. Dead Yoda, bitch.
Dead Yoda, bitch.
I have seen stuff on YouTube where they've showed pictures of either another species like Yoda, but he's young, has long white hair with it's almost like dreads, and he looks fucking like a badass, almost like a samurai looking thing. And I've always it's always that one picture. It always gets circulated and always used, but nothing else. So
allegedly.
Yeah.
So far, since Brian had the decency to kill my dreams and tell me that now that Disney owns Star Wars, the extended universe is no more.
Nope, that is not true.
That was the case when. Hold on.
Go ahead.
It's not fully true.
It's not fully true. Disney bought Star Wars and was like, Legends is not it's not canon anymore.
Okay.
Which that's the extended universe. It's like, that's not canon. But then they came with the 7th movie and they brought over Han Solo and Leia's son, Ben.
Okay.
Who was technically Ben, it's supposed to be Ben Skywalker,
right,
who is Luke's son, but they gave him, even though Leia and Han have 2 kids, they have twins, a boy and a girl. The girl becomes a Jedi, the son becomes a Sith.
Of course.
Luke has his son Ben Skywalker, named after Ben Kenobi, and then he does his adventure and whatnot. Ben has a son named Cade, that's me, Skywalker, who is a bounty hunter / Jedi. He actually works for the Hutts. So they're like, that's not canon, that's not doing anything. Then 7 comes out and it's like, alright, well, we'll give you the son. Becomes a Sith. They've added it. They're like, okay, cool. Then you have Rey, and it's like, is Rey taking place of Ben Skywalker? Because she doesn't really remember her past. She has blank memory. So is it like
It's like the only memory that they even show of her from childhood was
people were leaving.
Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Saving her.
Which, my theory, and I've heard other people say,
Pretty sure it's his daughter.
It's his daughter. He was training, because he's been gone for 30 years.
Right.
Him and his wife, can't remember her name, but have a child. And instead of Ben, I think it's Rey. Han and Leia have
a
Ben.
son. Yeah.
Luke is like, I'm going to build up the Jedi Order. Why not start with my daughter and my nephew? Nephew being a little bit older, starts to question things and goes like, I'm going to be more like Darth Vader, and starts idolizing his grandfather, goes towards the dark side.
Right.
So to protect his daughter, to protect Rey, he kind of erases her memory, because there's so many different Jedi powers that nobody knows about. You have the Force choke, lightning, different stuff like that. So why wouldn't there be a power? He's like, all right. And you make
I mean, there's
Well,
also
it's not
the
like he even had
Force
to.
Unleashed kind of like expand upon like
Yeah.
the Force powers.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is, it's not like he would have even had to erase her memory because she was very young. When all this
So
happened. So it could have just been.
So,
something
okay,
that
let
she
me ask
repressed
this
on her
before we
own.
get really, really off topic. In the books, Boba Fett makes it out the parts. He ends out of it. No, like, he ends up in that song, I think, like a lot.
Yeah.
Like more than anybody should end up in a sandy vagina hole in the sand.
I don't know much
How
about.
hard not to miss?
I don't know much about the Boba Fett thing. I do know that theory. I don't know.
Well, no, it's not a theory. He does make it out.
I just don't know like if that's gonna be part of it. What they're gonna add to it. I would like to see some little.
With as much
hints.
hype as there is around Boba Fett, if they don't add him to one of the movies,
Boba Fett is one of those characters that
somebody's
was
gonna
in
throw a fit.
one movie.
Are they going to add the female Mandalorian bounty hunter?
I wish.
I hope they do.
Because if they don't, I'm going to have a fit.
But if they do,
Jackie
then have-
Davis from female fine.
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
Stop talking.
If I had a gun, I'd shoot.
I have one.
Set the
I
stop.
have,
Set
I
the
have
stop.
many.
Set your phasers to stun.
I love the whole.
This shoots.
Listen to different. You hear different theories, and also, but then you have like Star Wars, Clone Wars, which played a part between episodes 2 and 3, Clone Wars and Return of the Sith, and that brought in Ahsoka, who was a secret apprentice of, who was a secret apprentice, but then just shows like, hey, there's my apprentice.
Well, she's a great Jedi, isn't she?
She is a great Jedi because towards the end of the series,
that was Clone Wars.
Vader.
They never dismissed Clone Wars, did they? Are they
No,
gonna add that to the new series?
Clone Wars is part of Episode 7 because they make a comment, hey, why don't we just use clones?
Right.
When Finn like disobeys, like we just use clones. Never again. But with Ahsoka, at the end of Clone Wars, she basically goes, I can't be part of the Jedi Order. I'm going to leave. And she outs herself. Then Clone Wars ends. You have a couple of years. And then you have Star Wars Rebels, which has Ezra Bridger and Caden, who was an apprentice of an older Jedi who was killed during Order 66.
I thought they were still going to keep Ezra in the actual trilogy.
So does this mean that they'll eventually bring in them hunting the Jedis? Is that going to be a movie?
I don't.
Because that was a big part. I mean,
I don't know. I wish they would be, because that would be a cool.
Honestly,
I mean,
they should
The
do.
Last Jedi. I mean, maybe.
They should do a trilogy or some series of movies expanding on the Old Republic.
Well, consider the fact that every year we're gonna have a Star Wars movie. I mean, that could be a possibility.
Well, there's also been rumors that you have 7, 8, 9, then they're going to be a couple of years of, and then you have 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
So Star Wars can last as long as George Lucas like making up characters.
or lives.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as he's
As long as he cares
We
about
need
it.
to protect him from
I mean,
2016.
He cares.
It's
about
already
his money.
He cares about his
He
money.
cares about his money.
And I'm pretty sure if he's like, I can make more money off of these movies, these ideas, I'm going to do it. Because episodes 1, 2, and 3, the prequels, if I'm not mistaken, weren't even a thing until after he made 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing, originally he made 4, 5, and 6, and he named them that way because he was going to wait until technology had advanced a little bit more so that they could do better CGI for the prequel trilogy.
But about so you have your originals, prequels, you have episode 7, 8 comes out in December 15th of 2000.
Is it 15 or 20?
No, this year.
It's always Christmas.
Oh, yeah, that's what I
Okay, it might be
He
Christmas.
said that last year. Like, this Christmas.
It was the 18th. It came out on the 18th. So I think they made Christmas just say December.
December season, yeah.
Last year we had Rogue One, which was a great war movie. It was a Star Wars movie, but it was basically a war movie.
Which people like.
Awesome.
I need another sequel to like.
That wasn't a
That
shit.
is
That was
the
the
other
prequel. That was
Sweetheart.
that was the prequel of prequels.
Yes. You have 4, 5, and 6, 1, 2, 3,
So sequel
7.
and prequel.
Yeah.
You have Rogue One. 2018 is gonna have the Han Solo standalone,
Which Childish Gambino.
who's gonna play a young Lando, which is awesome. Then you're gonna have 9, and then a untold, no titled name, another in between story. Shows wise, you have Clone Wars, which lasted about 7 years,
A long time.
and then you have Rebels. Rebels is basically Kanan is a
How many of those
apprentice.
like 3 seasons of Rebels?
4.
There'll be a 4th season. It'll be the last. It'll be the last season where Kanan was an apprentice of one of the Jedi's that was killed in Order 66. He lived his life basically not being a Jedi. He still had the powers and stuff, but he became a rebel. They met Ezra. He became a Jedi. They brought back Ahsoka, which was very badass.
She died.
She confirmed it.
No, she hasn't died yet. She's just away, but she fights Darth Vader. Basically, she's like, I know who you are, you know who I am. They have a little scuffle, they fight.
And
then it goes away, and then like last season, they brought back Darth Maul, who came from Clone Wars.
Okay,
and
so I heard that Darth Maul is actually going to be put back into the trilogy because he really wasn't.
Yeah, he does
in
survive.
Rebels,
He comes back with legs.
And
Robo legs.
In Clone Wars, he gets cut in half. He's put in a trash chute. The Sisterhood, which people...
The people who created him to begin with, right?
Melted his body to some crab legs, like spider legs, and he went very mad. Then they gave him real robotic legs. Then he became the leader of the Mandalorians at one time, holding the dark saber.
Didn't something happen with his brother?
He had a brother named Savage Opress.
He died.
Who was black and had the yellow marks instead of red. He lost an arm, gained a metal arm.
They basically he eventually becomes General Grievous.
That's so crazy. They stopped what they're doing. Rebels shows up. They're doing something. Darth Maul walks out. You have the Rebels going, holy shit, it's Darth Maul, we're about to get fucked. And you have the Inquisitors going, oh yes, Darth Maul's here to help us. And he goes, the name's just Maul. And then he was like, an ally of the Rebels. He went crazy. He tried to turn Ezra evil. Didn't really work. Towards the end of season 3, they're on Tatooine. Ezra's looking for him. Maul finds Obi-Wan Kenobi at an old age.
Oh my god.
They fight, which was it was a weird fight. Like, Maul was trying, and Obi-Wan Kenobi was like, whatever, dude, whatever. Kills him. And that's supposed to be the end of Darth Maul. He's like... Again, he's supposed to be dead.
For reals, he's dead this
For
time?
realsies.
For realsies.
But this is fantasy, sci-fi, and anybody can come back.
Plus, he was brought to life by a bunch of witches who brought him back to life. They're just probably going to bring him back to life.
You know what I really want to see with Boba Fett, though? Like, in between when he actually became Vader and... Was it A New Hope? 4?
Yeah.
No, that was Return of the Jedi.
Vader, you have Vader doing his things. Like the end of 3, you have him going, no! And all that. And then on 4, you have him going, I'm killing everybody. During the same time, he is battling different... Because in the comics, there's one of the most famous scenes. He's surrounded by some army. It's either rebels or some other planet. And they're like...
You're surrounded.
You're surrounded. And he's like, all I'm surrounded by is fear. And it's only him, and he takes out like an entire army by himself.
I think that's why everybody went nuts for the Vader fight scene.
That was the dopest thing ever! It was nothing but shadows, and I was like,
oh, fuck.
You dead. Watching that movie, I was watching it with my parents, and my mom and my sisters. It's fucking K2SO from Rogue One. It's Sassy Bot 3000. He is the best droid.
He was the best character in that movie, I'm not even gonna lie.
But everybody's dying, and I'm going, no. And they're like, what's wrong? I was like, everybody dies. And my sister goes, what? Spoiler alert! And I was like, no, if you know what happens afterwards, if you know what Rogue One is,
if you
know it's not a spoiler.
If you knew anything about Star Wars,
you know that everybody dies to give you the plans of the Death Star. Which I'm excited for, and I've heard, keeping with Star Wars, is there's the rumor that Star Wars The Force Unleashed 3 is coming out.
Oh my god, yes.
Which I was kind of...
Yes. The boy that plays Starkiller is the best.
Okay, so his name...
I really want to actually introduce Starkiller.
I forgot his name.
It was originally canon, but I don't know what
I forgot his name, and it is Starkiller. But that was the name of the planet. That was the name of the planet from 7, was Starkiller Base.
Yeah.
I was like, you took his name and gave it to a fucking planet Death
because
Star.
they weren't sure if they were going to actually put him in the series.
I'm just excited for the
Luke's original name was Luke Starkiller.
Yeah. I'm just
before you interrupted me, I'm gonna interrupt you.
I
want to see the fights between Vader and Boba Fett, because you know in the he holds his own.
He does.
He killed other
you gotta
Jedis.
understand, the man held his own because he is like the Mandalorian.
No, right. He held his own because he is an exact clone of his father. It wasn't like, oh, they made a whole bunch of clones of him and then he actually had a son with a woman. It was, I want a clone of myself, just delay the aging process. Make him age like a normal person. So it basically was just Jango Fett.
Yeah, no, I know.
Growing up, so he had all the powers and everything.
He had no powers, just human.
Well, I'm talking about just his
holding
strength.
his own against the goddamn Sith.
Let's be honest. Him and Darth Vader was probably fighting like Damian Wayne and Batman. Damian Wayne was trying his hardest, and Batman's like, "Yo, you want to like, you want to try? You want to yeah, you having a tantrum." Darth Vader was probably like, "I saw your dad's head get cut off. I guess I'll give you the time of day to try." I mean, look at what was it? Empire Strikes Back, where he's like, find them alive, and he's talking to all the androids, and he looks at him, he's like, I'm talking to you, motherfucker. I'm talking to you.
No disintegration.
Yes.
Oh no, the backhand.
Oh, the backhanded force choke from Rogue One was amazing.
It was.
He was just like, what? And you saw Darth Vader.
You might not want to choke on him.
Magic
just like
Space
this.
Wizard here, bitch.
Fucking backhand.
Legit, just.
Let's be honest. If we had any Star Wars, some Sith or Jedi powers, Force choke is the main one.
I don't think I'll be awake if he had Force choke.
You totally don't want me.
Because that will just Force choke.
There would be a lot of dead civilians.
I would love Force choke, but I'll have to go with the showy Force lightning.
Either that or the other mind power. Just.
There's like the
you will have sex in MechaCon.
There's this long.
You will have sex with
freaking
this
powers that the Jedi
atrocity.
And
it's
there's
like,
one in particular
no,
I can't remember the name of, but you can like control.
Animals.
I do like,
well, they do.
You can control somebody's breathing, so like take the air out of their lungs.
Well, Rebels kind of introduced more Jedi powers. Really, like the mind trick, almost like advanced mind trick. If you calm down and you focus, you can control certain creatures to do your bidding. Like there was on some planet, these nocturnal creatures were attacking, and they're like, "I need you to calm down," and it's just like, "I can't." Kane jumps out, is like, "Just move," and the monster runs away. Yeah, stuff like that. And so there's still so many things that George Lucas hasn't told us about what Jedis can do or can't do, or what Siths can do and can't do. Come up with a theory, give it to George Lucas, and probably be like, I like that. Let's put that in.
That was always there.
Let's put this in the story.
Speaking of that, me and him, all the goddamn time, we come up with like these genius TV shows and movies and stuff.
Oh, trust me, dude.
Hollywood
I
hired
do the
me.
same.
Oh,
we do the same all the time.
All the time.
We
Like,
should
look,
literally,
it was,
we came to the conclusion that we should wear cameras on our person at all times because the funniest shit that happens to us always happens like
I plan on vlogging.
right after we stop recording.
Smokey and the Bandit.
So, I took my boy here. I don't remember. He was helping me with something, and as a reward, I gave him food. Took him to my hometown down the road. Fed him, buffet style, whatever. And we're just like shooting shit, talking, and we got the subject to Smokey and the Bandit. And we're just like, what if we had a sequel? Like today's world, we'll bring out like it'll be like Ryan Reynolds. I mean not Ryan Reynolds.
Clint Eastwood.
Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds.
It's
One of the Reynolds. We should have Ryan Reynolds.
It's not the same people. They're not related. Reynolds is not a.
He will still jump on that. Don't you dare tell me Ryan Reynolds would jump on the chance to be
Ryan Reynolds
Bandit.
would jump on the chance, but they're not related. Him and Burt Reynolds are not related.
But honestly, Ryan Reynolds would
And
jump on the
unfortunately,
chance to
most
turn
of those
Bandit
people in that
into
movie are dead.
No, I know. No, I know that, but no, so we were like in our minds, like we're sitting there bouncing ideas off of each other. We made this fucking amazing sequel to the Smokey and the Bandit series with like newer cars, the whole nine.
Legit, 24 hours later, I'm in my room going through YouTube and I see the
Brand new video.
Like
Like this
wannabe
video just came
Firebird.
out a week, like literally hours after we finished talking.
Like, it's literally a Camaro that they rebuilt to look like the Pontiac Firebird, like a 1977 Firebird, but modern. And guess who signs 77 copies of them? Motherfucking Burt Reynolds.
Comes out with the boots and the jeans, the whole fucking 90s, all dressed like the fucking kill.
And like, I remember on the screen, Nick! They're watching us! And I showed him the video like this, these motherfuckers. Like crazy!
Oh, I have stuff like that all the time. I was a junior in high school, and I was taking an online class, and it was like, I need you to come up with a story. It could be about anything, any genre, or whatnot. So I made up a story of a video game.
Right.
Gave powers, gave a whole bunch of backstory and everything. Not more than 2 years later, a game comes out called Enslaved. It's kind of like ancient times mixed with some modern stuff. And I shit you not, the fucking story is exactly the same.
Is that the one where like, he's connected to a girl and if she dies, he dies?
Yes.
I remember that game.
And the simulators are so, like, I didn't even know about the game. I rented it from, what was it?
Blockbuster?
Gamefly?
Oh god, Gamefly.
Are they
Yeah.
still alive?
Yeah.
Are they really?
They're still going pretty strong.
How?
But I rented it because I was like, I want to try something new. And it was for the PS3.
I mean, with Redbox, I don't understand how anything
Exactly.
is surviving right now.
But I played it, and as I was playing it, I was like, this seems sort of interesting. Okay. And I'm going, and then it gets to a point where you're finding out who the actual villain is, and it's the main character's brother. And I went, holy fuck. It's my story. I fucking wrote this. What high school teacher was like, yo, this is really good. Let me bring this to some gaming company. I was
I
like,
got a buddy in the gaming industry.
what the fuck?
Dude, we'll just take the name off the top. Just rip your name off the
Pretty much. It was like Big Fat Liar almost. It's like, I wrote this!
You know there's another one, right?
Yeah. I don't talk about it.
Why? Why these? Why?
Is it a Big Fat Liar too?
Yeah, it's Big Fat Liar, Harder Liar or something. I don't know. It's something stupid. It's not even the original cast. It's a whole new group.
Whatever happened to the guy that played Malcolm in the Middle?
Drugs?
Frankie Muniz?
Yeah.
Are you talking about fucking Frankie Muniz?
Oh, don't say his name any more times. He might show up at the front door.
Yeah,
he
you're
was.
fucking
He
right.
did something
Like,
to CSI.
It's gonna be some Hillary Clinton shit and 2 shots to the back of the head. Like,
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I do not. I don't give a shit about that. Like,
No, we're not talking
let me
about that.
back up. I
Harambe.
don't give 2 fucks about that. Harambe. Harambe was an inside job.
Y'all are some dirty fuckers.
Whoa.
Watch your mouth.
Watch him. Really?
This is a goddamn family-friendly fucking show.
We do not say the word dirty in this house.
We did not say the word mouth.
It is naughty.
I don't know. I'm looking at my apartment right now. And dirty is.
Naughty.
I need to clean.
It's a naughty
You need
apartment.
to get rid of all of this shit.
Leave
man.
my posters alone. They're not doing you nothing.
I mean, they're kicking ass.
Like a couple.
Because he has to. wait. I can't tell
No.
not to jump to the people.
Please do not. I swear. Hold on. I'm gonna go get something to strike you with. Give me
No, there's no hitting in this household.
No,
Not
the
this
other one. I need to break swords with that one next year.
We forgot that the camera was on and just started doing random shit.
That's
GeekSquire.
ADD as fuck.
She mentioned something about having a camera on us at all the time. I'm actually thinking about starting vlogging, just random days, once a day,
Twice a day.
once a week.
Twice a day. Once a week. 3 times a day.
Twice
Whatever.
a day, once a week.
3 times a lady.
It's quite the jump.
So we're just. It might happen. I am still working on getting some editing software so I can do some gaming
Dude, you get
videos.
$84? $89? There's a decent
Camera's about to
camera.
stop again.
And, it's a decent camera at Arizona.
Gonna talk shit.
No. Welcome back. Again. Pausing.
So
We have a push more. That's not what you think. It's an actual
It's a
lawnmower.
fucking. Yeah, it's heavy.
Well, no shit.
Take away the hashtag. Allegedly.
What the fuck?
What the
See, back in my day,
Which was like.
How old are you? 26?
No, he's 863. I've already done the math.
Give or take a couple seconds.
Couple of seconds.
I don't even remember where we were.
We were talking about Star Wars.
Yeah.
We can move on.
Then we talked about like ideals that we had that became movies.
Let's talk
and
about
games.
Mass Effect.
Oh yes, mother.
So
I knew-
wait, time, pause. This motherfucker right here, he models a character after
Oh
me,
my.
knowingly, I don't want to hear it, that my character like is basically a potato. He made me a vegetable.
Fucking potato.
I did not know you were gonna be. I
Like,
was,
my character immediately almost dies, and now he's like in a coma, basically useless. Oh, and his fucking character looks like a goddamn welcome to fucking Lucky Panda 10-cent whore Chinese bitch.
I remember. At least my character kind of looks like me.
I didn't want to look like me. I want to do something different for
You
once.
wanted to be a woman,
Yes.
Brian, because you can't have one.
Oh.
Wow. That was allegedly.
Allegedly.
I gotta give it to Brian. Brian can get dates. Brian can walk up to random chicks
Brian's
and talk to
no.
them.
Brian's an opener.
He's definitely an opener.
He is not
My
a
dude
closer.
cannot close
He can't
worth of
close.
shit.
Oh God. I just remember.
Wait, come on. I
Hold
want.
on.
Were you there that day in the bookstore with the red hair?
Oh, and the chickie screamed in front of her fucking mother? Yes, I was there. I witnessed the whole fucking thing, goddammit. Alright, hold on. I will tell the story, Brian. I will tell the story. This tragic incident in both of our lives. Because that day marked a downward spiral for all of us, Brian. It was awful. Stop crying. I'll stop crying until I'm done telling this story. Okay. So, we're at work. And that's already bad. Okay? It's
Public
already
establishment.
bad. It is already 2 steps in the wrong direction. We were at work. Some chick walks in, and if you're watching this, I apologize so fucking much.
I don't. This is funny.
Some chick walks in wearing a TARDIS dress.
TARDIS.
TARDIS? I don't like Doctor Who. It's a TARDIS dress. Okay, so she walks in, obvious Doctor Who fan, but she walks in with her mother. Okay. She's with her mother. It's obvious. They've said it several times. So, Brian says to me, wow, she's actually pretty cute. Well, Brian, why don't you go talk to her? I don't know. I get nervous. I start saying stupid things. Don't worry about it, Brian. Just go ask if she wants to go out on a date sometime with you. Okay. A couple minutes goes by. I walk past one of the aisles. I see Brian talking to her, and her mother is right next to her. Right
Okay.
next to her.
Pause.
Pause story.
Back up. In my defense, I had a whole plan.
There's no defense.
I was gonna like try to talk to her a
You do
little
not have a
bit,
lawyer.
but her mom, right when I was about to ask her out, decides to walk up, and my brain in me goes no. Like it hits the button. No,
Well,
stop.
no shit, her
Don't
mother
do it.
instincts like kicked in like.
Yeah, big
This
black
is
man
up to
trying
no
to go. Yeah,
Resume story.
yeah.
Brian is talking to her. Her mother walks up. All of a sudden, Brian gets unnaturally nervous. Okay, he was already nervous. He's bad talking to women. Completely understandable. But something in him, something deep inside this man, his dark passenger, let's say, decided it was a good idea to scream at the top of his lungs. Would you go on a date with me?
You're very attractive.
I think you're very attractive.
Well, customers standing.
Customers, no.
Right.
Customers. Standing right there.
Unrelated customers.
Unrelated
Man,
customers.
go
yes.
for it, man. Go.
Cheering him on. Giving him pointers. And him screaming. I think you're very attractive.
Because that always works, right?
So, not only do they laugh at him, both of them, the mother included, but the girl rejects him.
Which was perfectly fine. I
That
would
was
have rejected
perfect-
me.
That was perfectly fine. The rejection was fine. But the mother laughing at you is not fine.
That's a good camera.
And then afterwards, the customer that was cheering decided to give Brian some pointers but this guy was actually very creepy. And I mean, he was borderline telling Brian to rape this girl.
The other one's better.
Like stealing underwear creepy?
No,
I
much
didn't
worse.
steal it. It was an accident.
This was like, are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Art thou feeling it now, Mr.
Now,
Krabs?
the funny thing is, all this happened before I went to my friend's wedding and caught the garter bell.
Yep.
Because after that, my luck has like turned around.
But he
like,
still can't close.
But you can't
so.
close.
I can't close, but I can talk to him a lot better now without it being painfully, horrifyingly
Good.
awkward.
I'm glad. Maybe that one experience changed your tone.
I think
Brian.
that one experience changed all existence.
Did you call it a garlic bell?
Garter
Garter
belt.
belt.
I heard garlic bell.
I mean,
I think
there's,
it was
there's,
both.
there's garlic
But
belts.
we didn't actually like camera to take pictures. That's a good video camera.
Not going garlic.
Why?
You
I
want
don't know.
garlic?
What
you know
you
what you
say?
need? To close. Open that.
Oh, roasted garlic.
Open it. Let's see if you can close it. Now, why can't you do that with women?
I need this food.
Yes. Women can be
That's the
food.
geeks.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Hashtag not a cannibal.
Hashtag not a cannibal.
Just a lesbian. Just lesbian things.
That's,
Or if you're straight and you do the same thing.
I mean, if you
hey,
do
whatever.
your thing.
Hey, this is 2017. We don't judge here.
Unless it's Brian.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Does GeekSquire know about the baby bean story?
I'm saving that for Rooster Teeth if they
Captain
ever come
Party
here.
Pirate
That's
Laugh.
not. They don't do that.
Look, if Jeremy and them got a job just being drunk and having a good time, if they ask for a story that will make them laugh and possibly pee their pants,
Right.
I'm saving that story.
Brian, you should just do a whole separate video for that story so that people can play that at parties to make everyone laugh.
No, I'm saving that story. If RTX ever comes to New Orleans, then that story will be proudly
That is the
displayed.
worst. Honestly, I just really want the parties involved to come to New Orleans so you can tell the parties involved the story.
If the parties involved came to us and I told that story, I would have a restraining order.
Yes, you will. You'll actually
would get
probably
taken.
end up in jail.
I would.
Can
I
never
would
be seen or
never-
heard from
I
again.
would never be able to see the party involved movie
And then-
again.
And then you'll be the party involved, but with a big black guy named Jim in the penitentiary.
No.
And probably not baked beans.
No.
Probably just cigarettes.
No.
Toilet wine.
No.
Toilet
Don't be
Oh.
romantic on your anniversary.
He'll light a finger candle.
Kinky.
My anus just went no.
Like in the truck.
It's been a year since you came to be my prison, buddy. I just want to make tonight special.
You ever hear that song, Prison Bitch?
Oh, your life sucks, bro.
Yeah, if
Allegedly.
like,
No, there's no allegedly. Your life
look, this is this is the most perfect phrase that I've ever come up with in my life. If his life is a joke, mine must be the punchline. I'm just saying.
I think the model for my life would be wasted potential. Wasted potential.
Brian?
Mine would just have to be off.
Awful. Oh fuck.
My guardian angel's going, motherfucker.
Oh, I don't even want to know my guardian angel, but my guardian angel is probably like going bald at a bar right now.
Your guardian angel is fucking Rob.
Oh shit. Sorry.
He drinks. Oh no! He drinks too much Monster.
Exactly. He's making up for the alcohol he missed out on.
Brian. We have neighbors.
It's the best catchphrase ever, by the way.
Yeah, you came up with that drunken escapade.
It's great. It's good times.
It was great.
We almost thought you
No,
died.
not allegedly. It was fantastic.
I wasn't there.
He,
so
no, he
allegedly.
was choking on his own fat. Like right where Shelby was
Yes,
sitting.
Was
right
that the
there. That was the night that you left to go help Morgan break up with his girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
He didn't. He did, but they got there.
But then they didn't.
What's up, Morgan?
No, don't watch this. I hate you. God, I want the world to know.
I don't hate you.
I don't know you, but I hate you. I hate everybody. I hate
He
you.
was here at the Halloween thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Halloween thing he was here.
Oh god.
That was another good video.
That was.
I don't hate
That
you as much
outlet.
as I hate other people.
Thank you.
I'm still gonna sacrifice you, unless you get laid in.
Please don't sacrifice.
Just think it, just the tip it counts.
Hashtag.
It does not count. Don't
Hashtag tip counts so Brian doesn't get
does not
sacrificed.
count.
Make that a hashtag. Make that trending.
Tits out so Brian doesn't get sacrificed.
I'm putting it on Twitter right now.
Do it.
He just dropped the phone.
Hashtag no sacrifice Brian.
Please don't. I like to live.
Hashtag die a virgin.
Hashtag
I'm not Madonna.
She's not a virgin.
I know.
tits out for Brian. Oh, so
Tits out so Brian doesn't get sacrificed.
Brian. That does how you spell your name.
Brain.
Doesn't.
How many birthday cakes does that? Just
Shut up,
brain.
Brian.
I spell sacrifice. I can't spell.
SACRIFICE.
Oh, I spelled it right.
Sacrifice.
The word to you today.
Tits out so Brian doesn't get sacrificed.
The word of the day is tits out so Brian doesn't get
The
sacrificed.
word of the day is allegedly.
Yes, it is. ALLEGEDLY. Allegedly.
And remember, kids, always have an alibi.
Oh,
Allegedly.
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 Hashtag allegedly.
Do it. Don't do that too. Add that after. Allegedly.
Really don't sacrifice me. I don't want to die.
I'm gonna start posting all kinds of weird
That would be
sacrificial
good for
stuff
you.
and then just add that hashtag.
Name one thing that would be better for you living. Don't say family, because that's bullshit.
I don't know. Friends. Seen all the Marvel and DC movies.
You get to see that from heaven.
I don't get to see that from heaven. They're gonna probably make me a guardian angel. I'm gonna fuck that up. Who you guarding?
You can't even guard you. Like, there's no reason for you to guard another life. My God.
Look, let's be honest. If I do that at the age of like 87 or something, not at the age of 27.
Patron saint of virgins. That's what they're gonna make
Yes.
you.
Patron saint of virginity, period. Like,
Of hopeless virginity.
I'm never gonna
no, that was a comma. Patron saint of virginity and periods.
I'm literally gonna like be floating up. Like I see the light and God's like,
GeekSquire
no.
podcast. Tits
No.
out so Brian doesn't get sacrificed. Allegedly.
Like, no. Go back. And the devil's like, no, that's all you, Big G. That's all you. Well, I don't want to. We don't want. I'm just like going back and forth, like, guys, you're sick here.
Your ass is gonna get kicked straight into purgatory.
Forever.
Meet me at the gates. Meet me at the gates.
Hashtag turn away.
Hashtag queen of purgatory.
Supernatural.
I dig it. So what's
How
up
long
with
is that
like?
show on?
They said they might end the show at season 14.
They should have ended the show after.
season 10.
They might end the show at season.
I gotta say, with other shows, they have been some episodes like, God damn, what? This is another filler. But it's been constant, and they've
good.
and they've had really great episodes and all this stuff. So I gotta give it to them. There are some shows, Simpsons, that's been around for 30-something years.
Simpsons.
And it's get to the point where it's like, this isn't funny anymore. I mean, they did do that one episode of Family Guy where Family Guy and Simpsons crossover, and then everything other than that, Family Guy did an episode, and they're like, wait, nobody's done this? Peter gets on his phone, he's like, nobody's done this? And he calls up Homer Simpson, he's like, ha, first, and hangs up. And it was like, so, I mean, Simpsons just needs to
They need to stop.
stop. Family Guy
So
is
you know how
another one of
like,
those.
they do the like Simpsons did it?
They did that in South Park.
That was South Park, yeah.
No, yeah, but like the advanced version of that is like Simpsons did Simpsons.
Yeah, they
Yes.
did.
Because like they repeat themselves now. That's hot.
Simpsons,
know.
but Simpsons, what's his face is a psychic because he's been predicting all this shit that's going on.
Yeah, for reals,
Yeah.
dude. Donald
Like
Trump
Trump?
becoming the
Like,
president.
The Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Atlanta.
No,
Like,
all of those and all of those episodes are like late 90s, early
Okay,
2000s.
okay.
It's not even like 3 years ago. They're like Donald Trump to be president. That was fucking 2000. They were like,
It was like 20 years ago. Yeah, it was like 20 fucking years
20 years ago. We're old.
No, but okay, the Atlanta one I give you, the other ones I'll give you, the Super Bowl, all that I give you. But back then in the 80s when the episodes were coming out,
89, really.
well, that's what I said, 80s. They were asking Trump if he wanted to run for president back when he had real hair and shit. He didn't look like goddamn Cheeto.
Sure?
Like he didn't look like he rolled around in Cheetos.
Are you sure it was real?
That's some good
Allegedly.
CGI.
Oh my god, that man is
Chia
CGI.
seeds.
But
Chia.
God, whatever happened to this?
They still make them.
They still sell
Yeah,
those.
you could have Walmart
We
bought
just
one.
bought
Yeah,
one for
dude.
the store for my manager because she has chia pet hair.
Oh, that's
She really looks like somebody
What?
scared some fucking
You look like Chia
seeds.
Pet.
Oh,
That is Chia Pet.
you look like somebody rubbed a chia pet on your neck.
wow.
I'd rather have this than not have hair, but I have a turkey neck, dude.
You know what I really want to do? I want to get like a bottle of Nair and just like
Oh no.
rub it in his face.
You know he'll get like 3rd-degree burns because he won't take it off in time.
I know, it'd be great.
Again, that is
Yeah.
hashtag
You need
tits out.
Jesus more than I
Tits
do.
out for Brian so he doesn't get sacrificed.
Please.
Jesus is on your shoulder. He's always watching.
Why are you masturbating?
Especially when you masturbate.
Especially when
He's like, why are you watching this when you could be watching this? Why are you watching young ladies when you could be watching big busty Asians? I had to bring it back
Four.
to
Kate,
Supernatural somehow.
Kate has a lot of experience talking to Jesus while he's watching porn.
I look at him and go, is this the right one? Is this the right one? No? Alright. Me and Jesus are like this.
Brian, are you the only Christian in the room?
Yes.
We
thank
vape.
God.
Me and Jesus vape out of our holes.
Well, you're Hispanic.
Hey, girl.
I
Also,
assume.
nobody heard that one.
Very
So-
racist of
I heard
you.
I heard you.
You're right. No, I think
I said me and Jesus vape out of our holes. Allegedly. Allegedly.
Allegedly. Allegedly, he's Jesus.
Allegedly.
He came back after what, 30 years?
Yeah.
Preacher was like, I'm sick of being dead, bro.
I'm sick of being in this lovely place.
You rise up out of the Lazarus pit.
Fucking Dragon Ball Super is just amazing.
Dude, right? And he hasn't been watching it, man.
Shameful.
It is the best.
When Goku and Vegeta go
Pause
to
conversation. I was right about Goku. I've been right about Goku since the beginning of Dragon Ball.
What?
That he's a fucking moron, and Vegeta is the best character in this series.
Well, of course. I already knew that.
During the whole battle in the future with Zamasu and Black Goku.
He's
Goku
not black.
Rose, Goku,
Yeah.
Black Goku, whatever.
Black.
Where Vegeta was like, how dare you take Kakarot's body? That right there showed how much he actually cares for Goku. He's like, you son of a fucking
Well, you have
bitch.
to understand, Goku was his first friend.
Yeah, well, not just that, he's like, how
Whoa,
dare
whoa,
you
whoa,
take...
whoa. Let's not throw Nappa under the bus.
Nappa was...
Vegeta threw Nappa under the bus.
Bus.
No. Vegeta threw the bus at Nappa. I don't know what y'all are talking
Yeah,
about.
Nappa was...
Quite literally. He threw Nappa in front of the bus and then threw the bus.
Yeah. But with Vegeta just going, basically going, you stupid son of a bitch, how dare you take Kakarot's body out? He worked, and he died, and he did all this stuff, and you just see him beat his fucking ass into the ground.
That's like I said. Goku was his first friend, and you can't count Nappa because literally Nappa was his babysitter.
Nappa,
He hated him for it.
No, no.
He hated
Nappa,
him for it.
Nappa was Prince on King Vegeta's like, hey, I need you to watch over
I
my son.
really need you to watch my son.
He's kind of crazy.
I miss that.
Grand Vizier.
Why? Nappa was the shittiest character ever.
Whoa, back up.
Shittiest character.
Yamcha.
Yeah, Yamcha hit it with Bulma. He's always number one.
He never hit it though.
He did.
No.
He's
he
a Brian. He's not a closer.
He never hit it, dude. Never.
He came.
They never, dude. Never. And that's why he was so fucking pissed whenever he found out that she was pregnant with Vegeta's kid. Because she never had sex with him.
Also, not to interrupt, but can we give a round of applause to Chi-Chi and Bulma for taking Saiyan dick for over 20 years?
Hold up. Can we give a round of applause to Chi-Chi for being the world's greatest wife, never having her husband kiss her? That woman deserves an award. How did Vegeta kiss his wife often, and you don't even know what a kiss is?
Going back to how badass Vegeta is when Beerus slapped Bulma.
That's
man.
right.
Look, that's one of my favorite thing ever. Yes, Goosebumps, because Goku couldn't even get that man like that when he was Super Saiyan God, and Vegeta was only a Super Saiyan 2 and whipped that ass, dude.
So right now I haven't really watched most of it. Right now the arc is the Tournament of Power.
Tournament of Power.
Where it is 11 universes.
Yeah.
Battle Royal style.
Yeah.
You get knocked out. There's no killing. All powers or whatever.
You can't fly.
Can't fly. But you have to knock people out of the ring.
Old school.
And whoever which universe loses gets destroyed. Which I kind of think
Context. It's Goku's fault.
It is Goku's fault.
Goku made himself.
Can I just say that
the biggest villain in all of Dragon Ball?
He did make himself a villain. But unknowingly. It wasn't like he's like...
No, he fucking knew what was
he likes to fight the more powerful. And I get that.
Wait, how...
But once they were just like...
After the one tournament between Universe 7 and...
7 versus 6.
7 versus 6, which is Beerus and Beerus' brother,
right.
Champa.
Fatty.
He's a fat Beerus.
Right.
Goku became friends with Zame?
The white guy.
No, his name is
the assassin.
Zeno, which is the god
of all things.
Of all universes. He could just snap his finger and destroy everything.
Like
they play chess with planets.
Yeah.
And when the planets get knocked out, they
get destroyed.
So Goku, everybody bows to him, and Goku walks up and like picks him up and shakes his hand and becomes his friend.
Right.
So he also goes, "Hey, you were the god of everything. Can you give me a tournament so I can fight some stronger people?" And he brought back like all the old universes that were blown up, and so there's 11 different universes.
12.
Only 8 of them are participating.
Only 8 are participating because the other 4 are exempt. They're too strong.
They're too strong.
Participate in.
Even though Goku is a Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan. That's the English version, or you can just say
Super Saiyan
Blue.
Right.
He is still in the weakest universe.
No, second.
Second weakest.
Champa's universe is the weakest.
Yes.
No.
It was the dog ones.
Yeah, it was.
It was the Sonic. It was the Sonic.
It was the fucking Sonic that had the
Sonic
universe.
Because you had Sonic, who was the blue guy. Anytime he gets punched, he grew. You had Knuckles, who had a poison touch, where he would just...
He fucking blinded Gohan.
He blinded Gohan, and Gohan fucking kicked his ass.
Yes. He used his
and then you had the
energy from him being Super Saiyan to bounce back so that he could hear it.
Yeah. And then you had the Tails version who fought against Majin Buu, who Majin Buu fucking destroyed him.
Wrecked that. He was totally
because Majin Buu was just Majin Buu was just fighting, gets knocked up, and like at the end of one episode, you just see Majin just smile, and you're like, that shit-eating grin. Oh, Majin's about to fuck somebody up.
Right, speaking of, have you seen Majin Buu?
Not the skinny version. I've seen pictures. I don't know if it's real or not.
It is real, dude. Alright, and let me tell you the context behind that. Majin Buu gets fit, like he looks like Super Buu from Dragon Ball Z now, right? Like that's his physique. And this from Hercule training him.
Hercule might be dumb, but he still knows what he's doing.
Yes, but Hercule of all people.
If you don't know who Hercule is, it's Mr. Satan.
Mr. Satan. You don't know who Hercule is. Where have you been?
Mr. Satan of all people trained Majin Buu to the point where his physique changed, dude.
But does he still talk like this?
Yes. Boo. He still got the face, too.
Oh, that's
like
awesome.
with the little squinty eyes, and he's always...
Well, like I said, I haven't watched... I usually wait a couple of weeks to watch more episodes instead of just doing the one.
But
I have seen that.
Digimon.
Whoa!
Okay, did anybody else watch the show called like Monster Ranger or something?
Yes.
Or Monster Hunter?
Yes.
For the longest time, nobody believed me that was a thing.
Yeah. And they're actually coming out with a new game and an anime, and I'm so fucking excited.
What?
Yes, I posted.
They were doing Zoids?
I posted something to GeekSquire about it. It was a trailer to an online game, and all it was a live action, but the guy looked American, and you look up and he's looking at a saber-tooth Zoid, and it's red.
I saw that, yeah.
It's red, and I don't know if that's supposed to be the new Liger, because Liger usually had like the saber-tooth.
Yeah.
So he gets up and he's running, and then all of a sudden that blue wolf one showed up next to him, and I went, and they were like, coming soon for Android and Google, this game, and it was like all in Japanese or whatever. I was like, for this possible anime, and I went,
are you just gonna add that to the end?
possible.
That's the most important.
I'm gonna see if I can.
All right. So, getting on the topic of live action, how do y'all feel about this? Like, all what,
Okay.
Tokyo Ghoul
No,
is supposed to be
Tokyo
getting
Ghoul.
live action.
Tokyo Ghoul's getting
That's
live action.
gonna be so fucking awesome.
It's gonna be awesome. I want to talk about the
No.
whole whitewashing of certain animes becoming live action movies.
All right, let's talk about this. I don't give a shit about whitewashing.
Hold on. Ghost in the Shell.
That's not whitewash. She was an Asian.
Most of anybody, anytime you ever hear the word whitewashing, who's the ones mostly bitching? Fucking white people.
Fucking white people. Every time.
Ghost in the Shell
Got really good
wasn't
reviews in
wasn't
overseas.
the greatest movie, but in America did very poorly. Overseas in Japan, the fans fucking loved
You
it.
wanna know why? Because they understand that the characters were not originally supposed to be fucking Asian, dude.
Thank you.
She didn't even look Asian in the manga, dude.
She doesn't look Asian in the show.
She doesn't look Asian, period.
So
She's not
have-
supposed to be Asian.
So-
Not. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just
Camera
saying,
lady has something to say.
before the camera died, y'all were talking about Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah, we
Well,
were. We were talking about Dragon Ball Super, but we'll get back
Keep
to
We'll
that.
get back to Super. That's my shit. So we will get back to it.
So that happens. So you had all that. Then you have people. Netflix is doing Death Note,
Death Note. All right.
Oh, they're
which
really-
is
Yeah.
a Japanese manga
It's a live
anime
action series. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
that is excellent.
Hopefully they do a better
Very-
ending.
It's great.
I never watched or read the original.
This
I didn't read
version,
the original, but I did watch the original.
The anime.
this version of it is an American version. It's set in Seattle.
So it's not whitewashing.
It's not
it's
whitewashing.
a completely different
It's-
setting.
So
Wait,
and it-
I'm sorry. Pause. You got a pretty much a show about someone killing people. Like they either have a fatal heart attack or suicide.
Nice.
Like my-
Nice.
in Seattle, of all places.
You
So
realize
they did an
Seattle's
art-
actually a pretty big place.
So they did an article about it. I think it was Kotaku or whatever. Did some type of article talking about how fans were going to react to it. Of course, again, you had white people
White people.
bitching that it was whitewashing because they're taking a Japanese animation and trying to get into an American movie.
Allegedly.
Or show.
Allegedly.
Like
Then they go to Japan and they talk to the fans, and the fans, most people backed it up and it was like, there's nothing wrong with it. Do that. Do you see people bitching when they take Godzilla and make them destroy New York or San Francisco?
Whitewash.
No, because it's a whole new studio doing that. There's no whitewashing. It's just a fucking. They're like.
It's a
basically-
different take. It's a different perspective on the
The
whole
only-
situation.
so,
the
like-
reason that the Japanese fans aren't getting offended at all this shit is because it's evolving. It's
Yeah.
moving forward. It's going into another country's culture, and they're cultivating it.
Yeah, they're actually. It's almost like they're proud. They're going, yo, take our stuff
Yes.
and make movies. The only problem now, in that same article, the only problem that they do have, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't really remember the names. Light, I think is the main character,
Yeah, like
Right.
Shinigami or whatever.
is going to be in America. It's going to be some white kid. Don't know who the actor is, but L is played by an African American, some black guy.
I think
And
that's
that's the only problem that they have.
but that's interesting.
That is interesting. They're changing it up. I don't know how many times comic books people are like, "Oh, look, Spider-Man's white. Now he's black."
Yeah, but the
Who
whole thing
cares?
is,
You know what
if they
really
did that on the
pisses me off, though?
screen, people would be offended. But they do that in the comics, and everybody's fine with it.
Yeah.
No, they're not fine. There's people on comicbook.com that bitch every week that these social justice warriors are ruining comics. Like,
Fucking social
We
justice.
need more Hispanics
I
in
hate
movies.
Marvel.
I just want to put that out there.
It's
it's
just
not just Marvel. It's DC too.
it's more. Anytime I hear the
bitching about
word,
both of them.
anytime I hear the word whitewashing,
I just
it's
get mad.
usually coming from
It's useless.
somebody who doesn't know what they're talking about. That's like okay, Attack on Titan, one of the most random topics. It's a Japanese animation
None of those people.
based in Germany,
Yeah.
played with like English. So it's like Japanese, German, and something else.
But the whole
But the
thing
whole
is,
entire movie is played by Japanese people,
and
Asians,
nobody
whatnot,
questions it.
and nobody says anything.
Nobody
My
That's
favorite
yellow
one.
washing there.
My favorite one right now is Iron Fist. How everyone was bitching
Okay,
about that.
let's go
He's
back.
white
in the comics. In the comics, Danny Rand is white. He is fucking white. Why are you getting mad that there's a white guy using kung fu? They do that all the fucking time. There's literally Asian
Daredevil.
films.
Batman.
Listen to this. 99% of the film is in like Mandarin Chinese, and there's one white guy in there who does kung fu. You don't question that. You don't question.
I didn't hear
Hold
Chuck
on.
Norris.
The man from Tai Chi or whatever, the man of Tai Chi, whatever it is, with Keanu
Reeves.
Reeves.
Yeah.
You didn't question that Keanu Reeves knew fucking kung fu.
No.
Well, he
I'm not-
did learn it from a computer program, so.
I'm not gonna question John Wick.
That goes back to
man gonna kill him with a pin.
That's my point. But you put this random guy. This is like what the first time that he's doing a big role
Yeah.
in that position, and everybody attacks him immediately. Why?
Because he's white.
He's playing a white character.
But
Yeah.
it's his fault for being white about being white.
So that goes back to the thing. Anytime you hear, now there are some Asian, Japanese people or whatnot that go all whitewashing. That does happen, but 95% of the time you hear the word whitewashing. If you turn around, it's gonna be some fucking white kid that clearly doesn't understand what the story is about.
Yeah. All right. So, have you seen Gods of Egypt?
Yes.
No.
No.
I didn't.
It's not
It's
a
actually
bad
really
movie. It is a good movie, but everybody bitched about all the whitewashing so much to the point where nobody even wanted to go see it.
I didn't want to go see it because it just didn't look good to me.
Oh, it was interesting. If you're interested in like, you know, the mythology behind the Egyptians, then yeah, it's a good movie.
I
to
want
go
a
see.
goddamn Aztec movie, goddammit.
Right, there is one. Apocalypse.
My battery's about to
better.
die.
We're gonna pause again and change the battery.
You have a battery?
Yeah, I already have it charging.
Wait, no, wait, don't pause it. Don't pause it.
What?
Ooh, my boob's in the thing.